Good morning. I'm Angel Quebedeaux, and this is Miss Trina Brignac, and we are your children's teachers this year. We are here to share a couple of things about our classroom that will help it run smoothly and allow your children to be successful this year. So we welcome you to our open house.
Hi guys, I'm Miss Brignac. I am your child's math and science and handwriting teacher for this year, and Miss Quebedeaux is their ELA and social studies teacher. So we welcome you to our open house video. Please don't laugh at us if we make mistakes, but we're going to do our best. So we're going to share this screen with you. For reading and writing, Miss Quebedeaux is going to talk about her subjects.
Alrighty. So for reading and writing, the boys and girls. Oh, and let me also remind. I forgot to introduce Miss Maddie is also working with us. She's a resident student who will be a teacher in May, so she will be with us this year also. So we welcome Miss Maddie. And she helped me this morning in reading. That's why I remembered. So reading, we will be using the Guidebook 2.0 Guidebook program from Louisiana Believes with the Department of Education. In addition, we will supplement it with grammar, morphology, which is prefixes and suffixes, and spelling skills. Um, each 9 weeks, the kids will receive 7 reading grades that are averaged together for a reading grade, and 7 writing grades that will include a grammar quiz grade and a spelling quiz grade, plus 5 writings. Um, and that's it. And so let's move on. We'll talk about math.
All right, guys, as most of you know and you have used in the previous years with your children, we do use the Eureka Math program. This year and last year, that did include 3 workbooks. So let me show you what those workbooks look like. Our first workbook is this, I call it the yellow spine workbook. It's our practice workbook. You will never see this workbook come home. These stay in the desk for the children to practice their multiplication facts and any of their fluency facts that we are working on during the year. These stay inside their desks. They never take these home. So you will rarely ever see those unless we finish the modules that are included in this workbook and we send that home for them to get a new workbook. That's the only time you will see that yellow spine workbook. Our next workbook that we use very often in class, I call it the blue learn workbook because it has a blue spine. This is for modules right now 1 and 2, so we'll hang on to these inside our book sacks um, for those modules, module 1 and module 2. We're leaving them in their book sacks so that when they come home, you can see an example of the problem set that we worked on and completed during the lesson each day. And then when they come home with this problem set, you can see examples of what we did so that your children are able to look at the examples in order to complete the homework. Which brings me to the third workbook, which is our Succeed workbook. It has I call it a maroon or red spine. This is the workbook that I sent home with your children the first day of school, told them to leave this at home and never bring it back to school. I know a lot of you had questions about where do I find the homework for math. This is the book you're going to find it in. If you notice, this book has modules 1 through 4, and the lesson numbers are the same. So one of my students accidentally tore out the wrong lesson from the wrong module the other night, and that's okay. I didn't mark him off for that. But just to be sure, make sure that right now we're only in module 1. The way that you know that is on the top of this page right here, it'll have a 3.1. That ensures us that we are in grade 3, module 1. And you should know that the homework lessons for right now are coming from pretty much at the beginning of that homework book. And then when we get to the second module at the top, it will say 3.2, continuing with 3.3 and 3.4 for those modules in the back of the book. So your child will just tear out that homework page each night, place it into their red math folder or the homework pocket in front of the binder for Miss Quebedeaux. Either place, the children have been able to look for it and find their homework in those places. I do give a homework grade at the end of the 9 weeks for math homework. So just make sure it does not have to all be correct. It just all has to be given a try. As long as they give it a try, I'm fine with that. This program is designed to give our students a deeper understanding of math. And I know if you've been with us a few years and with this Eureka Math program, you will understand that it's different than the way that we learned it when we were younger, but it is going to give those children a deeper understanding of the concepts and skills that we are teaching these years. All right, and we'll continue on.
How do I move on? I press Tassie.
We're going
All
to
right.
move on to social studies and science, which is our social living subject. And
And
that's how you will see it listed on your child's report cards.
And in social living, they will receive 4 grades from science, which Ms. Brignac teaches, and 3 grades from social studies, which Ms. Quebedeaux teaches. Our social studies program is also from the Louisiana Department of Education, and it is at Louisiana Believes, and it is a combination of Louisiana's history, geography, economics, and culture through multiple sources. At this time, we are working on Louisiana's geography. We're getting ready to move to Louisiana's culture later this week. And I will show y'all in a little bit how our binder works. And so Ms. Briggs is going to share science.
So for science, there are 4 units. We use this new Amplify science curriculum. And with this Amplify curriculum, your child should have a nice workbook. You'll notice our first unit is balancing forces. We will do inheritance and traits. We will move into the other 2 units after that. But you will be able to find in your child's green science folder this workbook that they gave us so far. We will have chapters 1 and 2, I believe, in here, and then we'll move on to chapters 3 and 4 for balancing forces. So anytime you want to look at anything that we've done in our science during the day, you can find that in your child's green science folder. It's the Amplify Science workbook that we've been working in.
So, just as a recap, science and math have workbooks to go along with them. Ms. Quibb runs social studies and reading papers. We do not have workbooks, they have not been provided. So, we run all those copies and tuck all that work into their binder.
And the assessments or the tests from science and social studies are combined for one social living grade. And that's what you'll see on your child's report cards. So they will get 4 grades that come from the science curriculum and 3 grades that come from the social studies. And then we're moving on to our handwriting. The children are very excited this year to learn how to write cursive handwriting, as I am as well to teach it. So you will see that your child has a yellow handwriting folder. The packets that we do each week will be in those yellow handwriting folders. That is graded with a satisfactory or unsatisfactory. Most students receive satisfactory for that. If the handwriting just deserves maybe a D or an F, is where you would find that U, unsatisfactory, or most of them receive a satisfactory if they try and they just use the strokes that we teach in our handwriting program.
All righty, we want to touch on a few reminders. LEAP testing will be towards the end of the year. We practice LEAP format all year long so that when the time comes, it is not a pass fail, but it does let us know how much the children have learned. And so, again, it'll be more information towards the end of the year. But we do practice all year, and it will be on paper for 3rd grade only. It will be a paper pencil test. Just throw in if you need something,
Yep.
please. I'll let you do benchmarks.
So our benchmark assessments are designed by the district, the Ascension Parish District, and also the State Department, the LDOE, the State Department of Education. So our benchmarks are every quarter. Usually after quarter 1, quarter 2, they'll get a quarter 1 benchmark or a state interim from the Louisiana Department of Education interim test. Those benchmarks will have scores similar to the LEAP test, whether it is advanced, mastery, basic, approaching basic, or unsatisfactory. You will see little small strips that kind of look like rectangles, maybe attached in your child's test folder to a test paper or sent home in the test folders. And that achievement band can be found on those little small strips to show you where your child scored on those benchmark tests. Those do prepare your child for the format of the LEAP test that we are going to take at the end of this year. and it allows them to practice the skills that they need in order to be successful on that test. However, these are not graded. They do not go against your child on their grades. However, that it just gives us kind of a litmus test of where they are at that moment.
All right. And again, assessments are paper and pencil. Our organization this year, again, Miss Quebedeaux's kids will have a binder. Many keep their weekly here that goes home on Mondays. And in addition, their binder homework that Miss Briggs spoke about is placed right here. I see my little girl's missing her homework sticker. I have to get her one. So this is where we put spelling homework, reading homework, and if the kids need to put their math, that is fine. In addition, you will have a binder for their subjects, reading, material goes here, writing, their DOL, and then their social studies is the last pocket. That's where they keep all their materials since we do not have workbooks. Um, in addition, we have 3 folders for Miss Brigg
Yes.
subjects.
So all of Miss Quibido's subjects can be found in that ELA binder that she keeps. However, we asked your children to buy colored folders because we are using the yellow for the handwriting folder. That's where you can find all of your child's handwriting papers and packets. We are using the green folder as the science folder in my classroom. So you can find your child's science workbook, should be in there with their name on it. And we are using the red folder as our math folder to put any of our math papers that we need to place inside there.
All righty. In addition, the kids all have an orange VIP that we bought them. And in your VIP, you will find their conduct and any papers on the right that need to stay home on the keep home side. Real quick, because I know our time is coming to an end, but you'll see that you look for the date and their homework will be listed, math, ELA, social studies, as well as their conduct grade at the end of the day. Please just initial that you have seen it.
Yes.
All righty.
We are trying to train the children to write their homework down in that little conduct booklet each day. So you'll see that we put some check marks if they wrote it down and did exactly what we asked them from the board.
And they also will on Wednesday or Thursday bring home test folder. Their test folder will have their name, and inside of it there is a recording form where we will list the grades and a place for you to sign, acknowledging that you have seen their papers. At the bottom is if you need to make comments, you may do so at the very bottom of this recording sheet, this log. Right?
We talked about that. You will receive that test folder, like Ms. Quibb said, on either Wednesday or Thursdays weekly with the test that they took previously that previous week. The newsletters go in the front pocket of their binders. That just gives you a quick sneak peek of what we're learning that week and also when our tests will be and any reminders from the school. And then water bottles and masks, we ask that the kids bring some type of, you'll see I have kind of a Yeti cup here, or if your child has any kind of
Just a
little
regular
water
water
bottle or
bottle.
regular water bottle each day. We do have refillable stations that they can go and refill their water bottles. However, the school isn't providing us any water bottles this year to give to the children, nor or any kind of water bottles. So they can only refill because the water fountains are not working right now during COVID. So they want to make sure that the kids get their water in daily with all this heat advisory we've been having lately. So please send your child to school with some type of water bottle that they can refill daily.
Um, And real quick, this is not on the reminder, but if your child does go into quarantine, we are very happy. We are here to help. I'm in the process of creating quarantine folders with our codes, and I call it virtual learning folders, not quarantine. Virtual learning folders with our codes and all the work they need for while they're at home so that it's a little more organized and we can help along the way. Miss Maddie is really good at helping us with the technology and hooking your kiddos up to the Google Classroom.
Yes. If they are quarantined, they will just go on their Google Meet on their Google Classroom each day, and there will be assignments there under the classwork tab at the top. They can look for their assignments and they can ask us any questions or any concerns they have on those Google Meets. We will be there to help.
And finally, Remind. If you signed up for Remind A Plus, we do share pictures as well as important reminders through Remind. If you're not sure and you need information, please shoot us an email and we can send you the paperwork to sign up for Remind. And as always, any emails,
Yes.
we will be happy to answer them within 24 hours.
Our email addresses are found at the bottom of that newsletter that we send home weekly, but it's always our first name dot last name at apsb.org. Anytime you have any questions or concerns, please just jot us an email. Anytime your child doesn't understand the homework or has a question, stick a little note on that homework sheet, and we'll be glad to revisit that and reteach that as they enter school the next day.
Happy to have you kiddos, and I hope they're
Excited
happy
for
to have us. Sorry.
Yes, excited for the new school year. Miss Quebedeaux and I have been together now for 15
Yep,
years.
a long
15
time.
years, so we've taught together a long time. I've been here at Lake. This is my 20th school year, and Miss Quebedeaux.
31st school year, so enjoying it like it was my first. So with a few little road bumps along the way.
So we look forward to sharing this exciting third grade year with your students, and we will see you guys later.
Yes. Bye bye.
See you
Maddie
guys.
says bye bye also. All righty. Let's see now. All we got to do is